Hi, this is David Orlofsky, and welcome to the Parsha in 5, where in 5 minutes we try to give you some ideas that will hopefully enhance your Shabbos and give you little insights into the Parsha. You know, there was a fellow who said to me that Friday night, his wife said, "What's the Parsha this week?" And he told her, he says, "Oh, now I'm Yotzei." Because not everybody has a chance. That's why we developed this. We developed this specifically that to have a little idea on the Parsha. In the first year of the podcast, I would very often do something on the Parsha, and people would say, wow, this gives me something to say over on Shabbos. And since then, I've received emails saying, hey, you don't talk about the Parsha anymore. No, I don't. Sometimes I do, if the Spirit moves me. But I found that as time goes on, I have so much to talk about. So this is the time that's dedicated to talking about the Parsha. And Parsha Shmini, as Rashi says, we have the 7 days of Miluim. And in the 7 days of Miluim, Moshe Rabbeinu was acting as the Kohen Gadol. And Aaron Ubanov were receiving a process of being brought into the avoda to become Kohanim. Ubiyom Shmini, and on the 8th day, now they take over. And Aaron becomes the Kohen Gadol, and his children become Kohanim. And this is the moment when they bring the Shechina back, and it rests upon the Mizbeach. The Eish comes down, and everybody throws themselves on the ground, and they're so happy, that they've been able to accomplish this. And there's one individual the Chazal focus on, to whom this was probably the most special day they could imagine, and that is Alicia ben Aminadav, Nachshon's sister, who we know in Parshas Ve'era, Aaron marries. And for Alicia, it's difficult to put into words the simcha that she felt. The Chazal say. She's watching her husband become the Kohen Gadol. She's watching her 4 children become Kohanim. She's watching her brother-in-law become the Melech. She's watching her brother, Nachshon, bring the first of the korbanos of the Nesiim to dedicate the Mishkan. And it's just the best day of her life. And then Nadav and Avihu die for bringing in the age of Zorah, and the whole day changes. And it just goes from this tremendous simcha to this tremendous sadness. This past Simchas Torah is Simchas HaTorah. That's what it's all about. It's simcha. And then suddenly, it just turns. Yeah. I mean, I was at a minyan here in Har Nof, and suddenly, the sirens go off, the missiles start crashing down. People that I saw over there were getting messages that we're sending around a Jeep to pick you up. We're going in, we have to go in immediately. We need you. And everything just turned upside down. Unbelievable. There were people in 9/11 who davened, said slichos, got to work, probably thinking to themselves, wow, I'm working in the Twin Towers, chashuv office, unbelievable view, making good money. And then in a second, it all turns around. This is the nature of how we have to look at things, that we have no choice. We celebrate when we celebrate, and we mourn when we mourn. And sometimes we don't know where it's going to go. I was teaching in Or Sameach, and there was an older fellow there who was living in the territories, the Shtachim. And there'd been a terrorist attack in his in his yishuv. A few people had been killed. And he came to me after class and he said, one of the guys in our Sameach is getting married tonight. How can I go to a wedding? And I said, that's the job of a Jew. A job of a Jew is to be able to mourn when we mourn and to celebrate when we celebrate. When the Mishkan was dedicated, it says, V'yaronanu v'naflu al pneihem. They sang joyously out of simcha, and v'naflu al pneihem, and they fell on their faces out of yira. It means to always maintain that balance. And I said to him, if we can't celebrate a chasana, then we've let them take everything from us. And so we have to celebrate, and we have to face tragedy, and we have to be able to do more things than one. We have to multitask. You go to a funeral and you say, Tfilas HaDerech, and you say, bring me to my destination, besimcha. I'm going to a funeral, but I'm glad I got there alive. Because Jews are capable of more than one thought at a time and one emotion. In Mitzvah Hashem, we should only have to face simchas. Shabbos.